Hi, I'm Congressman Steve King. I just came back from the State of the Union address delivered by President Donald J. Trump. And I have to say that I have seen 17 of these, I guess 18 of these State of the Union addresses. This is by far the greatest address that I have seen in my time here. I can't think of another one that matched it, although I look back on the Ronald Reagan years, and when Ronald Reagan pointed to the crowd and he brought people down out in front, Americans, heroic Americans, people that exemplified the greatness of America, he started that trend of illuminating the greatness of America and some of the best people we have and setting examples up for everybody else. Well, Donald Trump eclipsed that of Ronald Reagan by far. He recognized Rush Limbaugh for a Presidential Medal of Freedom, and he also recognized people up in that area where the First Lady Melania sat for a number of different things. One of them had lost her brother to an illegal alien who had murdered him, and there was a Tuskegee Airman, 100 years old, who clearly, I'd say, flew P-51 Mustangs against the Germans out over Europe. And his great-grandson is looking to join the Space Force. I mean, he raised up the expectations for the American people, and he illustrated point after point of the progress that's been made in the middle of this chaotic presidency that has been dragging him through the fire from the very first day after he was elected, through the Mueller report, and now this impeachment, and tomorrow he's anticipating an exoneration vote on the floor of the Senate. The thing that surprised me was he didn't mention that. But watching Nancy Pelosi seated behind the president, watching her facial expressions and seeing how she conducted herself was a thing to behold. And Nancy Pelosi led the impeachment effort against Donald Trump. And when his speech was over, the Speaker Pelosi, took the president's speech and tore it up. 3 different components of that speech torn apart, stacked up, put down, torn again, stacked up, put down 3 times in a very definitive, demonstrable way. That said something to the Democrats, who are as polarized as I ever seen them. There was hardly anything that Donald Trump could say that brought about their support. Almost everything caused them to sit on their hands and act like whatever the president said was wrong and a bad idea. But what I say instead is that it's the message, not the messenger. If the message is right, support the message. But Democrats don't support the messenger, so there's no message that would satisfy them. The lowest unemployment numbers ever among African Americans, among Hispanics, among Asians, among women. The most progress that's been made in the diversity that is the stock and trade of the Democrats. And when the president said that members of Congress, we must never forget that the only victories that matter in Washington are victories that deliver for the American people, that rang true to me, because that's been my life here in this Congress, to achieve victories that are delivered for the American people. And the president brought that out tonight in it would be the best State of the Union address that I have seen. And I think it will reverberate for the ages. But the stain on it is the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, tearing his great speech up and stacking it up and tossing it down on the desk behind the president as he accepted the standing ovation and exited the House chambers tonight.